Okay, class, so today we're going to focus on looking ahead, okay? We're going to read this really cool story called The Bearstein Bears Go to School. And while we're reading through this story, I want you guys to think about three things. So I want you to focus on what the story is saying and use whatever clues they're giving you to try to, because what our focus is going to be is we're going to try to think ahead. So try to guess what's going to happen. We're going to make inferences. So I want you guys to think of these three questions. Keep them in mind because these are the ones that we're going to be answering. So I want you to focus on what the text says. So you're going to say like, it says that Brother Bear was excited to go to school, let's say for example. So that's going to be your evidence. And then so you're going to say, I know. So what do you already know? Something that you heard in the story, but you already know. And as you connect, it says and I know, you're going to be able to make a prediction about what's going to happen. And you're going to be answering, so I think. And that's what an inference is. Okay, so we're going to get started with this story. And it's called The Bearstein Bears Go to School. Okay, so it had been a wonderful summer for Bear family. They had gone swimming and boating at the lake. They had picnicked in the woods and taken many walks along sunny paths. But now summer was just about over. There was a nip in the air. The birds were beginning to fly south, and the leaves on the treehouse were changing colors. One evening at supper, Brother Bear said, I'm getting tired of summer vacation. I think I'm ready to go back to school. That's good news, said Papa Bear, because school will be starting very soon. Sister Bear's ears perked up at the word school. Mama Bear noticed. As a matter of fact, she said, Sister and I are going to go meet her new teacher tomorrow. This year, Sister would be starting kindergarten. And she wasn't quite sure how she felt about it. She liked being at home with her mother and father, her books and her toys, and all her friends. What will school be like, Mama? She asked at bedtime. You'll find out tomorrow, said Mama, as she tucked her in for good night. The next day, Mama and Sister packed their lunch and took the long walk down the windy dirt road to the Bear Country School. Handy Gus was up on the ladder fixing the roof. Hello, said Mama. This is Sister Bear. She starts kindergarten next week. We'll be glad to have her, said Gus. Miss Honey Bear is the kindergarten teacher. You'll find her inside. Hello there, said Miss Honey Bear in a loud, jolly voice. Come right in and look around. Sister thought Miss Honey Bear's voice was a little scary, but she let Miss Honey Bear take her hand and lead her into the kindergarten room. What a big, friendly room. Okay, so I want you guys to be thinking, let's stop for a second, and I want you guys to be thinking about how Sister's feeling and what do you guys think is going to happen. And think about your own experience when entering kindergarten. How did you feel? Okay, let's continue. What a big, friendly room. It had yellow curtains and tables and chairs that looked just right for someone Sister's size. What do you do in kindergarten? Sister asked. As they sat down for lunch, we read stories, sing songs, learn our ABCs, paint pictures, play games, make things out of clay, build with blocks. We do lots of things, said Miss Honey Bear. Those were all things Sister liked to do, and she had never seen such big jars of paint or such fine blocks. There was even a whole barrel of clay. School might be fun after all, thought Sister, by the time Mama started home. She and Mama started home. But when the big morning came, Sister began to worry again. Mama, she said, what if I don't like school? What if I just don't like it? Just then the big yellow bus pulled up to the treehouse. Stop worrying, said Brother Bear. School is fun. You'll like it. Now let's get going or we'll miss the bus. He grabbed her by the hand and away they went. Every so often the bus stopped and more bears climbed on. Most of them were excited like Brother, but some of the smaller ones were quiet like Sister. As more and more old friends climbed on, They got noisier and noisier, and the smaller ones got quieter. The little bear who sat next to his sister began to look worried, so she smiled at him and held his hand. At last, the bus arrived. The Bear Country School looked very nice. Handy Bear Gus had to fix the roof and paint the trim and cut the grass. And Miss Honeybear's kindergarten room looked beautiful. Everything was ready. Before long, the kindergartners got noisy. 2 of them wanted to play the same dump truck, 2 others wanted to look at the same book, and the whole gang of them wanted to be first to play with the blocks. What a commotion! Suddenly, a loud, jolly voice called out, "Story time!" Miss Honeybear was calling the class to the book corner. That quieted things down. After the story, Sister tried everything. She painted a picture, helped build a block city, made a giant clay donut, and looked at the books. She ate all of her bread at honey at snack time, and she fell asleep at nap time. When she climbed off the bus with Brother at the end of the day, Sister was the excited one. "Mama, Papa, look what I did in school today," she said, holding up her painting. A few days later, the weather turned warm again, as it does in early fall. Brother was restless at breakfast. "I wish it was still summer vacation," he said, "so I wouldn't have to go to school today." "Oh, come on, Brother Bear," said Sister. "School is fun. Let's get going, or we'll miss the bus." On the bus, all the bears were talking about the things they were going to do at school. Soccer practice, science projects, music lessons. Thought Brother Bear. Sister Bear was right. School is fun. And off they went on the big yellow bus to the Bear Country School. The end. Okay, so I want you guys to focus, to think about the story, and just think about the things that you noticed about it, clues that give you any hint to what's going to be happening and how you know that this is what might happen. So I want you guys to keep thinking about these 3 questions. The I know, it says, so I think. Okay? And we can be wrong when we make inferences. Don't think that it's one specific answer, because we're using the clues, but we're going to try to make the best guess because we're using the clues to try to predict what's next. Okay, so I just want you guys to focus on those 3 questions.